trail continues to go. The best I could describe what I was seeing.
What's up, angel babies? It's your girl Monet, and we're back with another spooky, scary Sunday! Yeah, it's been a year, and we're about to get started. Sorry if y'all hear this loud ass blower outside. It's because my neighbor got their grass cut and the guy decided that now is the time to blow the grass. So just please disregard the blower and my family because they're being loud today. So I'm going to try to do this video. I am reacting to Mr. Nightmare's spooky stories again. So today's spooky story is 3 disturbing but true summertime horror stories. Story 1.
In the summertime, my beachfront town is a lot of fun. On the weekends, we go to the beach or someone's pool during the day, and to one of the beach bars at night.
In the summertime, my beachfront town is a lot of fun. On the weekends, we go to the beach or someone's pool during the day, and to one of the beach bars at night. I'm getting a little older though, and a lot of my guy friends that I used to go out with on the weekends are no longer single and don't really look to do that anymore. So it's harder to make plans these days than it used to be. One time when I was out with my friends though, these 2 guys approached my friends and I at the bar being friendly because they overheard our conversation and joined in. They looked like they were maybe 8 years older than us, in their mid-30s. They were on the shorter side, but seemed cool enough to hang around. Their names were Alec and James. They ended up bar hopping with us that night. Alec left before James, who stayed late into the night with us. He seemed to like me the most because he would talk to me the most. Eventually my friends wanted to go home, and so did I. And James seemed disappointed, like he wanted to stay out until the bars closed. I told him we'd all chill again soon, and then we left. The following weekend, none of my friends wanted to go out. So when I was trying to find plans, I get a text from James. He asked what I'm up to tonight. I said no plans. What are you guys doing? He said we should go to this beach bar. I figured why not, I needed plans anyway. And him and Alex seemed alright last time. He offered to pick me up, so I took him up on that offer. When he pulled up to my house at like 9 or 10, I went for the back seat expecting Alex to be in the passenger seat. But when I opened the door, he said sit in the front. It was just James in the car. On the way to the bar, I asked James if Alec or anyone else would be meeting up. He said probably. I wasn't aware it was going to be just him, but whatever. He suggested we go to this dive bar first to pregame a bit before going to the beach bar, which had a dance floor. I said sure. He brought us to a hole-in-the-wall bar. It was really dark in there with a moody red glow. He ordered us a few rounds of drinks. I already had a couple shots before leaving my house, so after these drinks, I was feeling pretty drunk already. At one point, I had to go to the bathroom, and when I got back, he had 2 more drinks on the counter for us. I didn't even finish my previous one yet. I was shocked he was buying all these drinks for us. I figured it was an older person thing. After drinking this last drink is where my memory completely went black.
I felt around for my phone in my pockets, but couldn't find it.
The next thing I remember was waking up in a pitch-black room. I was on the floor. I felt around for my phone in my pockets, but couldn't find it.
I found it finally and
I stood up and held my arms out in front of me until I felt the wall. I started feeling around the wall for a light switch. I found it finally and flicked it on. I found myself inside of a small, concrete floor room with a hot water heater and various household cleaning objects like a mop and bucket. There was a closed door in the room. I was beyond confused and absolutely terrified. Where was I? I slowly opened the door, which led to another pitch-black room. A little bit of the light from the small room leaked into the other room. I could tell now it was a carpeted basement. I saw a few pieces of furniture in the room. I couldn't find a light switch though, so I had to make my way through the dark basement, banging into things. I was looking for the stairs when I heard movement behind me, like someone getting up off a couch. Then the familiar voice of James saying my name. I screamed and turned to face the darkness. I could only see the outline of his body across the room. He said, "Calm down, it's not what you think. You got too drunk at the bar, so I brought you back here." All I could think to say was, "Why did you put me in that room on the floor? And where are my belongings?" My voice felt weak. He came closer to me and said, "I have all your stuff upstairs, just relax and lay down." I told him I'm leaving. Just bring me upstairs to my stuff and I'm going home. He said in a slightly more menacing tone, "No, you're not leaving." This was where I threatened him physically, and he responded in a way implying that he had some kind of weapon and he would use it if I tried to leave. His claim was that I was too drunk to drive. I kept saying I'm calling an Uber. He then said, "Relax, I'm going to get you a glass of water and you're going to go back to sleep." I didn't know what to do in this unheard of, terrifying situation. I didn't know what he was planning to do to me, but this whole situation was a giant red flag. He walked past me and went up the stairs. When he got to the top, I heard him unlock the basement door with a key, then open it and shut the door and lock it. I looked for some kind of blunt object I could use as a weapon, but there was literally nothing. I had no choice but to sneak up to the top of the stairs and wait behind the door for him. A long while passed, maybe 5 minutes, before I heard the sound of the door unlocking, and I was instantly ready to attack the second the door opened. I pushed him to the ground and had him in a chokehold. I yelled at him, "Where's my phone and wallet?" seriously choking him. I let up a bit so he could breathe and speak. He said, "On the kitchen table." I asked if he had any weapons on him. He said a switchblade in his pocket. I reached for it out of his pocket and switched it open. He then explained the best he could with his throat under my arm, that he was only looking out for me. I got up off of him, went to the kitchen, grabbed my belongings from the table, and quickly left the house. I called my brother, who is also my roommate, right away, and he picked up, having been woken up from the call. I explained everything and asked him to pick me up. He came right away. The next day, I went to urgent care to get tested, and Rohypnol was found in my urine. It was confirmed that he roofied me. I then spoke to a lawyer and have since filed a civil suit against James, which is still in progress, and we're building a case. However, there is no clear-cut proof that James was actually the one to roofie me, or that he had any illegal intentions afterward. However, I do believe that I have a good case, considering that he left me on the floor and hid my belongings upstairs. I still to this day don't know what his end goal was. I don't even like to think about whether he did anything weird to me while I was out.
That is exactly why you don't go out with people you barely even know. Like, you blacked out. He could have done anything at that point, and like, there's no telling what he did. But like, he put him in the basement. That's weird. That's sus. It's awkward. Story number 2.
In the summertime, I like to spend my time doing outdoor activities. In the summer, I stay with my family in Bundt, Pennsylvania. We have 2 acres.
In the summertime, I like to spend my time doing outdoor activities. In the summer, I stay with my family in Bundt, Pennsylvania. We have 2 acres of land, a little shooting range in the yard, a quad, 2 dirt bikes, and trails through the woods right by the house that I often ride through. One warm but cloudy day, I had nothing to do, so I wanted to get some exercise and took my bicycle out. I have a mountain bike at my parents' house, so I prefer to take it on the trail rather than the roads. I stepped outside and looked at the clouds. It just looked so cool. Yellow sky peeking through the dark, stormy-looking clouds just a bit. I could smell the approaching summer storm. I love the atmosphere. I checked the forecast before leaving, and I figured I'd have a quick half-hour bike ride before it started raining. Even if I got a little wet, I wouldn't care. I set off from the property towards the trail in the woods. I could feel and hear the gust fronts, and I loved it. This was my favorite kind of weather to bike in. Much of the ride starting out was uphill, and the way back is mostly downhill, which works out nicely. The uphill eventually peaks around a bit of an opening in the woods. That's where I usually stop to rest for a bit. When I got to the opening on this dark day, as usual, I stopped to catch my breath after all the uphill pedaling. I browsed through my phone for a minute, looking at texts and such. And that's when the sound of the wind and all the leaves blowing suddenly stopped. And it was dead silent.
Yo, this
no wind
fake
anymore.
Spider.
I looked around, shocked and kind of intrigued.
Scared the freak out of me. Oh. Back to the video.
I'd never seen such a heavy gust front suddenly stop out of nowhere. I looked all around me, suddenly getting an uneasy feeling. I was starting to think I was
such a
hearing
heavy
some
gust
kind of
front
voice.
suddenly stop out of
Very
nowhere.
high-pitched voice at that.
I looked all around me,
I hoped it
suddenly
was just
getting an
an
uneasy
animal.
feeling.
The darkness under the clouds and trees, silence, the sky, and now the
very
sounds I was hearing
high-pitched
all
voice
coming
at that.
together were creating
I
an
hoped it was just an
unexplainably
animal.
creepy setting.
The darkness under the
that,
clouds and
perhaps because
trees,
of the
the
dead
silence,
silence
the
now,
sky, and now
I
the
was able
sounds
to
I
hear
was hearing
sticks
all
cracking
coming
not
together
far
were
away.
creating an
When I looked in
unexplainably
that
creepy
direction,
setting.
I saw something about
And then,
30 to
perhaps
40
because of
feet
the
from me in
dead
the
silence
trees,
now,
in the
I was
direction where
able
the
to hear
trail
sticks
continues to
cracking
go.
not far away. When I
The
looked
best
in
I
that
could describe
direction,
what I was
I
seeing.
saw something
Some
about 30 to 40 feet from me in the trees, in the direction where the trail continues to go. The best I could describe what I was seeing was some human...
Yo, I be getting scared. I already caught chills, and then mind you, this pops up on the screen. I'm gonna have to pray before I go to bed tonight. It's 7:47 p.m. and it's dark outside. Well, it's getting dark. Let's just finish this. Whew. Wow.
Humanoid-looking figure hunched over as if it were hiding, stalking me like I were prey. And at that moment, it started to rain, hard.
Humanoid-looking figure hunched
sound
over
of the
as if it were
raindrops hitting
hiding,
the leaves above
stalking me
killed
like
the
I were
unbearable
prey.
silence.
And at that
This
moment,
moment, I
it started
turned
to
and
rain,
pedaled as fast
hard.
as I could back to the top of the hill.
The sound of the
Allowed
raindrops
gravity
hitting the
to help
leaves
bring me
above
home
killed the
faster,
unbearable
the whole
silence.
time scared to look
At
behind
this
me.
moment, I turned and
Lightning
pedaled as
started to
fast as I
flash,
could
and
back to the
thunder
top of the
started to
hill,
crash.
and allowed
In
gravity
any
to
other
help bring me
scenario, I
home
think this was
faster,
awesome.
the whole time
But I had
scared
just
to look
witnessed
behind me.
something unexplainable.
Lightning started to
I made it
flash
home,
and
put
thunder
my bike
started
in the
to
shed,
crash.
and went inside.
In any other
I
scenario,
was so
I'd think
shook
this
and
was
out of
awesome.
breath, I didn't even
But I had
bother
just witnessed
explaining to
something
anyone.
unexplainable.
I went
I
upstairs
made
and
it
crawled
home,
into
put
bed.
my bike in the shed,
That
and went
night,
inside.
I had a nightmare of the
I was so
incident.
shook and out of
Seeing a
breath, I didn't
demonic
even bother
figure in the
explaining
woods
to
in the middle
anyone.
of the night.
I went upstairs
towards
and
me.
crawled into bed.
I woke
And
up
that
with my
night,
heart
I
racing.
had a nightmare of the
Happy
incident,
it was just a dream.
seeing a demonic figure in
all
the
around
woods in the middle of the
disturbing day
night,
and night.
floating towards me. I woke up with my heart racing,
Stop.
happy it was just a dream.
Happy that it was just
It was
a
an
dream.
all-around disturbing.
I've been mortified. Oh my gosh, to have a dream about that. No. It's a no for me. It's a no for me.
Cool, clean, sustainable. KOALA bamboo bedding. Sleep, live, and feel every day like you're on vacation. Experience more at...
To have a dream about what you saw in the woods. First of all, when I would have heard that death silence, I would have turned around quick and headed home. Freaks staying there and observing what's in there, and then you heard branches cracking? I think not. I don't think so. Not me. My behind would have been gone. Long time ago. See, y'all, I don't do woods. I don't do woods. I don't do cornfield mazes. I don't do nothing. It's an H no for me. I watch too many scary movies. No. Story number 3.
Every summer, my parents go away for a few weeks to our vacation home in Savannah, Georgia. That leaves me home alone with our 2 cats.
Wait.
We live on a
Every
canal.
summer, my parents go away for a few weeks to our vacation home in Savannah, Georgia. That leaves me home alone with our 2 cats.
Okay.
We live on
My
a
dad
canal.
has a Boston whaler and 2 jet skis in the yard. Across the canal from us is marsh, and further down the canal is a park. Not a lot
My
of
dad
boat
has a
traffic
Boston
passes our
whaler
yard
and
as
2
a
jet
result.
skis in the
It's
yard.
very private.
Across
and
the canal
secluded.
from us is marsh,
Our house is
and further
decently
down the
big,
canal is
but
a
I feel
park.
like my dad probably spent
Not a
more
lot
money
of
on
boat
the boat
traffic
than he
passes
did
our
house,
yard
to
as
be
a
honest.
result, and it's very
It draws a lot
private
of
and
attention.
secluded.
I
Our
love
house
when
is
my parents
decently
would be gone
big,
for their
but I
trip,
feel like my dad
especially
probably
since I'm
spent
off
more
during
money
the
on the
summer and
boat
have
than he
free
did
reign
our
to do
house, to be
whatever I
honest.
want, and have
It draws a
over
lot of
whenever I want,
attention.
just no parties.
I loved when my parents
I
would
had
be
the
gone
girl
for
I
their
was seeing
trip,
for a little bit
especially
and
since
hang
I'm
out in
off
the
during the
backyard one
summer and
night.
have free reign
We
to
sat
do
in the
whatever
hot
I
tub,
want,
and when the
and
hot
have
tub
over
cycled
whoever
off
I
and it
want,
went
just
quiet
no
out,
parties.
I heard something from the
I had the
canal.
girl I was seeing for a little
Sometimes
bit
you'd
over
hear
to hang
fish
out in the
or birds
backyard one
splashing
night.
in the water.
We sat in the hot
It
tub,
sounded
and
more
when the hot tub
rhythmic.
cycled off and it went
I
quiet
stood
out,
up and
I
saw
heard
in the
something
canal
from the
someone
canal.
kayaking by.
Sometimes you'd
I
hear
couldn't see
fish or
anything more than
birds
that,
splashing in the
though.
water,
Features,
but this
I
sounded
couldn't even
more
see what they were
rhythmic.
wearing.
I stood up and saw in the canal someone kayaking by. I couldn't see anything more than that, though. No features. I couldn't even see what they were wearing. A little unusual this hour at night and this far up the canal. But it is a public canal nonetheless, and it was not a cause for alarm. I did tell the girl I was with how unusual it was, though. Little did I know that that was not the last time I'd be seeing that person. Later that night, when we were in bed upstairs, I had the windows closed because the AC was on. The windows in my room faced the canal in the backyard. I had turned off the lamp next to my bed and was watching The Sopranos with the girl who was sleeping over. Suddenly, a white light was flashing through the window. It was moving around sporadically. Both of our reactions at first were simply, what the actual hell is that? She asked if that's a helicopter light, which I dismissed immediately because that was silly. I said I think it's a flashlight. I turned off the TV to bring total darkness in the room. Then I got off the bed and stepped just to the side of the window so I could peek out and see where the light was coming from. I saw it was someone waving a flashlight from the canal. In fact, it looked like that person on the kayak again. The girl I was with, who I'll just call Jane from here on out, asked me what it was. I told her it's that guy from the kayak before, waving a flashlight through the window. She asked why is he doing that, and how did he know we were in the specific room? I told her it must have been because he saw the light from the TV screen through the window. He already knew someone was in here. Having a girl in the room gave me that basic, primal urge to act like a man and not be scared. So I opened the window and yelled out, "What do you want?" A weak-sounding man yelled back, "Please, I need help." I yelled back, "Are you hurt or lost?" He yelled back, "I'm injured and I can't get out of the kayak." I looked at Jane and asked her opinion of what I should do. She said I should go out there and help him. I called back out to the man, "Do you want me to call 911?" He called back, "No, I just need help getting out of this kayak." I called back to the man, "Okay, I'll come out." I closed the window.
Do you think I look good, Mr. Armstrong? No. It's a no for me. I'm sorry, but one, it's dark. He lives like there's a canal in the back of his yard. That's a red flag. And it's dark. That's 2 red flags. Then the guy that when you was in the hot tub with your lady, he was in a kayak, and then how the freak he came back around that fast and now he's injured? He should have said something when he passed by the first time. And I'm sorry, but if that was my dude, I would have tell him to do nothing. We would have just sat in the dark and let that light flash because he was gonna have to somebody else was gonna have to help him. It's dark. Then I'm helping you out of a kayak. Y'all don't got alligators in the water? Crocodiles? Back to the video.
Then I sighed and told Jane to wish me luck. She wasn't wearing much clothes.
Wish you luck?
In the bed.
Then I sighed and told Jane to wish me luck. She wasn't wearing much clothes.
I'm sorry, but you gonna have to get dressed and come outside with me.
Clothes in the bed. So I wasn't going to make her get dressed and go out there with me.
'Cause no.
I
ran downstairs. Then I threw on my slides and opened the back door. I turned on the backyard lights and stepped outside. And that's when I heard a blood-curdling scream from upstairs.
And I threw on my slides and opened the back door.
Screaming my name.
I turned on the backyard lights and stepped outside. And that's when I heard a blood-curdling scream from upstairs. It was Jane, screaming my name. I looked around the yard in response in a panic, and I saw a man running towards me from the canal. I ran inside and slammed the door shut and locked it, with only 2 seconds to spare because there was a giant bang on the door, followed by the man trying to twist the doorknob open. I grabbed the entire knife holder from the kitchen and brought it upstairs. I locked my bedroom door, and Jane told me she saw that man sneaking up on me the second I turned on the lights outside. He was no old, weak, injured man. He was this big-looking guy. We were paranoid that he was lurking around the property still. I called my dad to tell him what happened. And he told me I should be on the phone with the police right now, not him. So I called 911, and the police came, did a search of the property, did a report, then rang some of the neighbors' doorbells. Any of my neighbors who answered didn't see anything. The strange part was that the kayak was gone, which led me to believe he ran back to get it and likely ran into the marsh. The fact that we have a decently nice house and an $800,000 boat in the backyard in a secluded, tucked-away spot of the canal probably made us look like an easy target to break into that night. That person may have even somehow knew that my parents were away. Scary of how I didn't have a girl over that night. I wouldn't have made it back inside in time to lock the door.
And this is why you don't live with a canal in the back of your yard. This is why you do not live with a canal in the back of your yard. No river, no nothing. Like, look. This is not the Outer Banks, okay? This is the real world, okay? So, it's a no for me once again. No. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh my gosh. Just imagine thinking you're going outside to help somebody, and then a man is like running. No. No. This wasn't, well, I did get scared on the second story, but it wasn't that scary, but it like kind of terrified me a little bit. Like, it's a no, because this stuff actually, these are true stories. It actually happens to people. Like, y'all, no. But anywho, without further ado, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, click that bell to be notified, because I do this spooky scary Sundays for y'all. Click that bell to be notified when I drop another spooky scary Sunday video, because y'all better be alert. It's coming. It's going to get scarier and scarier. And look, this man is updating what seems like every week. Yeah. It's going to be a tough one this year. But alright, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye, angel babies.